Yeah, so after we do this week, we'll just yep. It's both languages. Oh, okay. Or oh, well, there you go. Won't forget that experience. Oh. good evening, everybody. Let's stand up and warm up. It's good to see you. Get yourselves up. Let's go, let's go. Stretch. We have a lightish group today because of the holiday weekend. But you get special bonus points for being here. It's a little like whose line is it anyway, though. I don't know if the points count for anything. This way. This way. Roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Repeat after me. Woo! Good. B flat major, please. Veil, 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 veil. And up. Nice. Get it all out. Just singing. It's making sound. Beautiful sound. Keep going. A couple more. One more. Bravo. D major, please. D major. D major. Me, A, me, A, me, and. Nasally. Hold the sound. All resonance. Good. Two more. One more. Hip hip ho ho ho. Hip hip ho. Staccato. Air on every note. Hip hip ho. That's it. Hip hip ho. 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 Keep going. Falsetto if you need to. One more. Beautiful sound. Thank you. B flat major, please. B flat major. I love to sing. 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 Beautiful. I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. Up. I love to sing. Drop your jaw. I love to sing. Keep going. I love to sing. One more. Beautiful. Can you just give us an A, Terry? Everyone hum that note. Go. Good. Keep humming. Breathe when you have to. Work yourself out and work yourself back in as much as you need, but do it elegantly. Good. Can you just sing a vowel stream for me? So you're going to go, Good. Your E and your oo were great. Your A was eh, your ah was eh, and your O was eh. And what I mean by that is, can they be more in line with your E? And I don't have a great voice today, but E, A, O. Make sure the middle ones don't droop. Cue this a new A. Here we go. 3. E, A, O. so much better. A is the tricky one. Can you think more Canadian? And can you think like that A is coming through the center of your forehead? 3. Magnificent. Take a seat and take out the Britain, Ceremony of Carols. Our red book there. So our plan for tonight, gang, is to review everything we did last week, and then get further in there is movement 3. Now, and then next week when we have some of our vacationing folks back, we'll dip into some new movements. But let's see if we can frame in these. We're going to pick up where we left off. When we're going to begin at movement 2, welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. It's on page 3. And no text, can we just review it on DVD under tempo about this? About just that slow. Let's just get it back in our brains. Terry will give us the intro. Here we go. And 1, 2. Ready? Go. We're on D. And. And. Good. Pause. We just did it up again. Very, very, very good. We'll go on. Can you read it again? Right? Oh, you're starting to remember. Yes. Can you remember faster? All right, here we go. Beginning. Same tempo. 1, 2. Ready? D. Nice. Keep going. Find your note. Keep reading. You're doing great. Nice. And 1, off, 3, and. Pianist mode. Piano, but gets more. Forte. Very, very good memory. All right, let's work it, shall we? Let's work the section that's probably the hardest, the weakest, and of course that's page 5. Let's go to right on to page 5, everybody. Really very, very good memory. It may not feel that way, but it was. It was very good memory. And if you're new tonight, really good sight reading. Good job. All right. Can we begin with tenor and alto? No soprano, no bass, tenor and alto. And still on DDD. 1, 2. And 1. Yeah, yeah, good job. We do those 2 parts again. Tenors, it can all be falsetto, all in your head voice there. Bee Gees, Freddie Mercury, whoever you want. All right, starting at page 5, tenor entrance. Those 2 parts again, soprano and bass, we'll get to you next. And 1, tenor. Good. So altos. Good. Thank you, Terry. Good. Altos. Can you move faster? Can you get into the second beat a little quick? You're just a little late. One more time. I think you can fix that. Tenors. 1. Alto. Nice. Tenors. That's it. And yeah, go tenor. And that repeated note is the one that really needs to be strong. Good. Bass and soprano starting at page 5. At the soprano entrance, then basses come in and measure later. Here we go, soprano. 5. 1, 2. Here we go. Marvelous. And soprano, no, you were singing so beautifully, but that whole, and I know it's great to sing, but 36, 37, 38, that's all one day crescendo. So the F should be almost non-existent when we get there. Everybody now, please. That is just awesome. Page 5, page 5. And tenors kick us off. 1, and. Together. Good. Can we look at measure 36? Measure 36, and I just want to hear bass, soprano, and alto. Bass, soprano, alto, measure 36. D. 1, and. Good. Now, tenors, you have to sing, you're eventually going to end up singing the 5th of a chord there, and so that C has to be super high. Don't get droopy with your sound. 36, everybody at 36. And 1, and. Yes. All right, everyone, go back. Everyone at 22, now page 5. And can we slowly try to put this on text? So let me point out some words that are weird, okay? But many of them are not actually weird, they're just weird spelling, but you'll pronounce them how you think they'll go. So tenors, I'm going to look at your part first. It's Stephen, just like good old Stephen and John. So mark that. Stephen and John. All right. Let me look at your part. New Year is just New Year. Y'all, we've gone over. Welcome, y'all, is the same. Then altos, it's just innocentes. Can you speak that for me? Where it looks like innocence. Can you see innocentes? Where do you speak? Yeah, okay. Everyone. Yes, yeah. You got that. Let me check. 12th is fine. Soprano, Thomas, martyr, like a martyr. And then sopranos, look at the bottom of page 5. That's just saintus. Saintus. Okay, and basses, you also talk about good old Stephen and Thomas and John. All right, can we speak our part? Speak our part. I know it's English, but it kind of feels like a foreign language, doesn't it? All right, everyone speak their part, starting with tenors. No pitches, just speaking. Tenors, kick us off. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Can everyone say wool? That's good. Then can you say whom? And I think for our purposes, again, every choir is different, right? There is correct pronunciation only means correct pronunciation in the context. Does the choir sound like it's supposed to? Because we all bring our own dialects, our whole thing. And actually, this is one of the hardest areas of the country for that because a lot of people here are from somewhere else, right? So it's hard to pick one thing. A choir of Texans or Ohioans, you can fix them all the same way. But out here, it's like everyone is from somewhere else. So it has to be more of a coom sound. So think coom, right? So I think that's what we're going to have to sing, and probably in the mix, it's going to come out kind of that in between, because it's in between cum and cum. It's sort of whoa cum. It's sort of this in between. It's tricky. All right, here we go. Speaking again, 22. You're doing great. 1, 2, tenor, start. Up. Up. Good, good, good. Then, sorry, sopranos, at measure 30, that's leaf and deer. Leaf and deer, leaf and deer. At measure 30, leaf and deer. All right, can we do that again? Okay, you guys are great, but that was so incredibly unmusical. And can we speak? It was like you were reading your grocery list. You're like, cereal, milk, and here's all this stuff. Can we hear, and I'm only kidding, I say that because I love you, but look at 30, look at 22. Can we speak all the music without the pitch? Look at it. Everyone's got accents. We got forte. We got little crescendos. Turn the page to page 6. Welcome for accent. Dee da dee dee da da dee. Right? So you're really good. Can we read everything on the page? Speaking. Then we'll put the pitches on it. 22, please. Tenors start. 1, 2, tenors go. Good, it's cum, cum. More, don't think cum. Not will come. Will cum. Well, let's modify ourselves to cum, okay? All right, I will stick out if we don't do that. All right, 22 on pitch now. On pitch, please. Thank you, Terry. Welcome. Somewhere in between. 1, 2, tenors, and. Good. Thank you, Terry. Good. Thank you. Shh. Good. Thank you. Go. Yeah. You're doing so well. But look. Shh. Hi. It's okay. I'm gonna get like a light up baton. But that means you're working. Anyway, no. 2 things. 1, I sense pitch hesitancy. This is silly, because if you look at the music, everyone except basses, it's do, so really you should be fine. But tenor, alto, soprano, the previous part gives you their pitch. Can you listen? And can you come in with an accent? Also, look, he wants both syllables of that word accented. And right now we're hearing about 1.5. All right? Everything. 22. All right, 1, 2, tenors, and. Forte. Good. This time, Terry, if you wouldn't mind, Terry's going to play the accompaniment. Scary. All right, here we go. 22. You're on your own. Here we go. Do your best. Here we go. 1, 2, tenors, start. Off, go. Good. Stop. Good. Oh my gosh, good. For the first time doing that is really, really nice. But listen, when we go on. What are you waiting? You want to be? It's because you don't want to be wrong, right? Oh, I don't want anyone to laugh at me or yell at me. I don't want to. Yes. Yeah, it is very spurious. Yeah. Yep, it's currently very spurious. We're gonna go back. Yep. Totally. All right. You all can work that out later. All right, now. So, can we We're going to work that section here in a second. But in general, when I go on. What are you afraid of? Think you'll be wrong? So what? How are you ever going to learn the right notes? All right, you got to be wrong at some point. All right, start at 32. With Terry's help, and we're going to go very slow on DDD. Yeah, play the parts. We're at 32. Measure 32. Measure 32. 1, 2. D, D. D. Good. So tenors, a quick reminder, E sharp and D flat are the same note. No, sorry, that's not what we're doing. Sorry. Don't listen to that. That was stupid. Can I just hear, don't listen to that. Can I hear 35, just tenors, please? 35 tenors. 1, D. Yeah. Now everybody at 32, and can we do it on texting? Can you rattle the cage? Da 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 da. Boom. All right, here we go. 32. 1, 2. D. Good job, good reading. Let's work this section. 40, please, and can I hear soprano and bass? Soprano and bass, measure 40. And we sing it on do, no text, do. 1, 2, soprano, bass. Good, and we all, good. Okay, here, alto and tenor, same place. Alto and tenor, measure 40. 1, 2, ready. Yeah. We dropped it. That's all good. Let's do it again. Very good. You read. I love what you just did just now. You just kept going. You're monsters. All right, here we go again. 40. 1 on do. Do. 1, 2. Here we go. Unison. Harmony. Unison. Up. Good. Everybody now at 40. Everyone at 40. I love this section. We go from da 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 boom, and now we're suddenly in the clouds. 1, 2, ready, do. And then can you just get off of that on B2? Now, that was so good. Now, the one thing that's going to sink us on this, Terry, now I'm going to have him play for us the accompaniment at 40. Here's what's going to sink us. If we get caught in the ooey gooiness of it, then it's going to slow down and it won't be with the harp. Can you pretend there's a hamster on a wheel inside of you? Inside of you, perhaps where your intestines are, there's a little hamster. He's going, right? But even though on the outside it's, there's something inside of you pushing it along. 40. You're on your own. 1, 2, do, go. Good. Stop. Good. Oh my gosh, you guys are rock stars. Let's put text on this. Now listen, before we go back, look at measure 56. You are going to be so tempted when we perform this. Trust me. You're going to be so ridiculously tempted. to, because it's 56 and you know it, to sing that loud. And we've sang it loud. Please, please, please. It has to be pianissimo. And I'll be excited too. All of us will be, but we got to really obey that, because if we can make this final crescendo happen, we'll be rock stars. All right, good. 40, everybody. Look at 40, please. So before we do pitches, let's look at the text. So this first word at 40 is candle, like a candle. Mess. And you don't pronounce the final E. So it's candle mess. So you could even put the S little at the end of that word, just to remind yourself that the S won't go on until the next note. Queen is the next word of bliss. Queen of bliss, welcome both to more and less. And that's less, cut off the E. In my score, I just crossed it out, so I'm not tempted to sing it. Less. So I'll do that again. It's candle mess, queen of bliss, welcome both to more and less. And then you got it to the end. All right, can we start at 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. You guys doing great. 1, 2, 3, and. Off. 1, 2. Go. Walk home. Wow. Go. Yeah, rock stars, rock stars. Beginning of the piece, beginning of the movement, and then we'll move on from this night. That's amazing work. Not perfect, no, but really great working shape. Beginning. Now, what's going to get you in this are transitions. So can you look ahead? Can you use rests, page turns? Can you get yourselves fixated on the music so that you're ready for each section, you're not caught off guard? All right, here we go. A little faster. I'll give you 1, 2. Go. Oh my gosh, this has to be a cork at the bottle of champagne that is ready to go, and you didn't realize it was about to fly out. And boom! Oh, see, I didn't even plan that. That's what I'm talking about. I swear to God, I didn't plan that. But that's what it has to be. It has to be like a snake coming out of one of those cans, right? It has to feel almost, there's something super. I think a reason this is a piece done with boy choir all the time, besides the original voicing, is it's so playful. This is playful in it. So it has to have that bit of mischievousness to it. And there's something sort of mischievous, right? Especially like around the Christmas tradition, especially like the British Christmas tradition. There's a little more mischief than I think in the American one. All right, here we go, beginning. 1, 2, ready. Yes! Bravo! Not slow. Now. Go. More. Go. really good. Take out Oh Love, put the Britain away for a moment. That was fabulous, everybody. Great work. We'll really tidy up that end, but that's in great working shape. Oh Love, Oh Love. Let's see if we can really work the ending of this. We got sort of 2/3 of the way through. This piece sort of has two really beautiful climaxes in it. And you sang the first one really well. We rehearsed it. Let's see if we can get through the whole piece. And we'll start with the intro. You can play the accompaniment. And Tara will mostly play accompaniment. Let's just make this a sink or swim. 1, 2. We'll go back and circle that altos. This is always going to be tricky. Altos go. Tenor. That's a beautiful sound, soprano. Tenor bass. Wonderful. Cello like. And note that the final chord is without you. Great. Tenors and basses, I heard some composing there, 75, 76. It was beautiful. All right, it was great. Really good read. All right, can we now, let's work this final moment. So everyone back to page 8. And let me just kind of roadmap for you. So we're page 8. And we're at the bottom of page 8. Really pick up to the last measure on page 8 is this sort of second climax that we have here. So that you turn the page, go to page 9, just look with me. Little trade-off between the sopranos, altos, tenor, bass. And then we have this moment. I love this because instead of it leading towards a big high note moment, it's really leading toward this really tight harmony at measure 59 there on page 10. You see that with the fermata? And so that just requires of us a different kind of singing, right? And we'll talk about when we get there in a second. Can we just read this again, though? This is bottom of page 8. Pick up to the last measure, soprano and alto, I give thee back. 1 and 2 and 3. I give thee. Give me back. Good, let's take this apart, but real quick road mapping. If you look where the ritardando starts, right? Look, and that's your cue to look up. So, can we hear bass and soprano right on measure 55? This is the bottom of page 9. Measure numbers are at the bottom. 3 on the word give. 3 and 4. Yes, good job. And second, strong on that C. It sets you up right for it, but don't bail on it. Don't bail on it because you hear that distance. That's what we want. Can I hear alto and tenor at measure 55, bottom of page 9? On the word give, you start on a unison D. 5, 5. Yep, measure 5, 5. Give, tenors and all the same note. 3 and 4. Marvelous. Everybody now at measure 55, except we sing DDD once, no text. DDD. DDD. 3 and 4. Burn it. Good, stop. Thank you. Good. For right now, can we be a little amusical and can this be resonant? I want us to ring out the room and then we'll put some of the beauty back into it. But we want these chords here to really line. Here we go, same place. A little obnoxious. 3 and go. Good. Yes, and that see when we sit now see, and then that's when the magic happens. We sort of take all the air out of the room, and then altos, you just come in there. Good. Can we hear everybody now on text at 55? So it takes some. So it's funny. How many of you ever have done like barbershop in your life or something like that? And it's just it's or vocal jazz, right? It's a different style of singing. And that being said, like the great thing about being a singer in the year of our Lord 2023 is we can pull from all the various vocal traditions that exist in order to make even one piece of music work, right? And so right here, yes, it's still bel canto, it's still beautiful, just rich, full singing, but find a little extra resonance on that final chord, because if we can lock it, we're just going to make the whole room erupt. And you don't have to sing loud, that's the thing. I actually think when we get to, what is that, measure 59 on that fermata chord, don't sing loud, sing in tune, and that will actually be the most effective. All right, give. I'm working this section a lot because it's 55 where we've been working. 3 and 4. A little more. Go. Beautiful. I just want to fix one thing at the beginning, and we might come back to that at the end tonight. Everyone go to page 3. Page 3, back at the beginning. Really nice job at the beginning here. So for altos, there's just that one little section, right? That if I gave it a measure, it's in between measure 19 and 20. It's dropping to that D, right? Altos, let's sing that alone first, but let's get into it. So pick up the measure 17, altos. Pick up the measure 17. 1 and 2 and 3. And no, it's actually, you'll hear that harmony in the upper part of the accompaniment, but if you're listening for the bass note, which is sometimes what you do in an alto and textures like this, it's not going to help you because it's a C. All right, can sopranos join us, and then we'll move back to the Brittany here for a second. Pick up the 17? Yeah, pick up the 17. Yes, thank you, Terry. Everybody, soprano alto. 1 and 2 and... Right, yeah, just give yourself a little arrow pointing up, and I think you'll remember when we run that at the end. All right, take the Britain back out, and let's go to There Is No Rose. We did the Sink or Swim on this last week. You did a great job. Page number 11. Mine is marked. All right, so there's a lot of reasons I love this piece, and one is I have a love for medieval stuff. I always have. And texts like this I think are really fun because it really, and also when the English, you really start to learn that the English language is like really bizarre, right? And had all these weird Germanic origins, Latin origins, they were, occupied by everybody at some point. And so you get these, what are called macronic texts, which I love. So look at this movement. We're singing English, right? There is no rose of such virtue as is the rose that bears Jesus. And then we come in with Latin. Hallelujah. Turn the page now. Yep. What? No, it's Jesus. We'll do pronunciation later. Yeah, but it is a j, like a zhuzhed up sound. All right, now, if you go to page 12, we then sing, for in this rose contained was heaven and earth in little space. And then we sing more Latin, res miranda, which means wonderful thing, if you want to write that in, wonderful thing. And then we sing, by that rose we may well see there be one God in persons three, pares forma, equal, which means equal in beauty, if you want to write that in. And then we sing, the angels sung and the shepherds too. And then, of course, we sing, like we do every Christmas at some point, Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis Deo. And then we sing Gaudeamus. Page 14, which means rejoice. Leave we all this worldly mirth and follow we this joyful birth. And then we sing Transeamus, which is great because it's out of nowhere. These have all been the same all along, right? And then all of a sudden it's a chant. And what does Transeamus mean? Let us pass over. Right? Love it. All right, and go to the last page. And it all ends with is all of our little Latin phrases all over, right? In a row, getting them all in. Until at the very end, we do a little retardando. I wonder if we could start here, actually, with this movement. Can we start at page 16, it's measure 51. And can you just speak it for me once? Alleluia, res miranda, pares forma, gaudeamus, transeamus. And you're looking up at me. Can we speak these? Can we speak these at 51? 1 and 2 and. Good. But can the triplets start before you begin? Da dee da da. It's rhythmic. It's not ooey gooey. It's totally ba ba bee ba. And Alleluia. Respiranda. Pares forma. Gaudeamus. Okay, good. It will be like, could we do that again? Could we do that again? So, and again, I always, prior knowledge is a thing, but if you don't know what those threes are above, maybe reading music's new to you, or you never quite knew what those were, but it's triplets, right? It's when in a duple meter, which means in something that's in two like this, we suddenly go dot dee dot dee dot dot dee dot dot dee dot dot. Now, I will admit, I can be a very lazy triplet person. It's a problem. There's like a self-help group for us, maybe. I've been chided. I know this is, but I do think as a singer, we get maybe a little extra part. And I think this is so romantic. And it's mysterious, right? It's almost like you're speaking these ancient phrases, like it's almost like you're incanting something. Alleluia, res miranda, pares forma. How many of you know the movie Bedknobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury? It's a great old Disney, but this reminds me of that. Like we're invoking something here. All right, please sing this, and then we'll go back to the beginning. But I think if you understand the end, you get the feel of movement. 1 and 2 and Good. And can your S's go right on that quarter note on Transeamus? I just feel like that was a little sloppy. I think you can do better. Now, you're gonna feel something, because on top of this incanting we're doing, there's also this accompaniment that is both chant-like, smoke rising over us, but also it's like Dumbo in the bass. Blong, 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 blong. So I want Terry now, because you guys can sing unison notes. All right, you have this learned now. I want Terry can play the accompaniment, and I want you to sing. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and. Keep it high. Good. Beginning. That's the feel of this movement. And it has other shapes in it. All right, let's read it from the beginning. Let's read it on do. No text for now. Let's just work on pitches. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Do. And 1. Good. Let's start right there. Good. I think we got by it. Good. I think we got by half beat. Let's start at by that rose we well may see. By that rose, but on do. Yep. On do. 1 and 2 and. And 1. Up. And 1. And keep reading. We'll go back. Off and. Good, and then we know this. Good. All right, let's work it. Beginning. Start at the very beginning. Now, I don't wonder if I can hear the altos alone once first. And altos, I think you know why. There's a frightening moment where suddenly you are squeezed in between the soprano parts on that C. You see that, right? Yeah. Can we sing that part soprano? That lick comes up over and over on do soprano. Altos. Oh my gosh, sorry. Altos beginning. 1 and do. Good. Now can I hear soprano alone? Soprano alone there. 1 and 2 and. Good. Can I hear second sopranos alone? 1 and 2 and. Good. And you know, so one thing I'm going to work this hard right now to lock this in. It's not exact, the rest of the piece, but it's very similar, right? Many of the same harmonies pop up. So keep hitting save as we go here. Can I hear all 3 parts together? Let's see what happens. Here we go. 1 on 2. 1 and 2 and. Tenor bass, come in with them. Rhythmic and 1. And. Up. And 1. Everyone. Good. Okay, good. So everyone, very good. Can we, let's work this section where we all come in. Bottom of 13, please. On Gloria. And can we speak it once? I want you to speak it. 1 and 2 and 1. Gloria in excelsis. Gloria in excelsis. 1. Good. So look at me on Deo. Deo, right? You come in on it's going to feel like you're coming in on the offbeat, right? Can we speak Gloria in excelsis again? 1 and 2 and 1. Gloria in excelsis. Gloria in excelsis. Now, good. Now, can you not emphasize it? You were like, Deo, right? Now can we speak it with the day? I love that you got it, but now let's do it with the music. All right, Gloria in excelsis. Speaking one more time, then we'll work the pitches in. And 1. Gloria in excelsis. Gloria in excelsis. Good. That's how we get it. Good. Now let's sing this. it. So can we, let's actually get it. Actually, let's start on Gloria in excelsis. Can I start with alto and bass? Gloria in excelsis. Alto and bass. 1 and 1. Gloria in excelsis. Gloria in excelsis. Good. He's just a little early to the O. Can I hear that again, please? Gloria and 1. Gloria in excelsis. 1, 2, 1. Good. Now can I hear soprano and tenors? Sopranos and tenors. Double a lot too. Except tenors don't go to the A. Here we go. And one. Gloria in excelsis. Yeah, sopranos, courage. If I can do it, you can do it, right? Get up there. All right, here we go. Gloria in excelsis again. Here we go. Those two parts, then we'll put the basses with us. Here we go. And one. Gloria in Good. Everyone now on this great, and then we'll get into it, soprano and alto. Gloria, but everyone on Gloria in excelsis. And one. Gloria. Yes, and look at that page turn is a really fast one, folks. Note that page turn. All right, so let's look at this, page 15. You guys are killing it. 15. Now, basses. You're singing in down the octave the whole time, and then you have this 3-part split. Now, singing tonight, there's about 5 of you. So what I think would be easiest is if because again, this is a reduction of or an expansion of a piece. We can do whatever we want, really. So just sing the E for now. Let's just sing the E for now. Right? So just sing the lowest note and then go to the low C. Does that make sense? Just sing the lowest notes for now, and if we get fancy, we'll split you. We might have time to do it. So can we all now, everyone start at measure 42. 42. And go again, come on, count. Go again, that part again. Get it right. Here we go. Transeamos. 1 and 2 and tron. Go. All right. Now. Can we now go back to 13 and put this whole ending together? Then let's see if we can run the whole movement because we're that good. All right, here we go. 13. Page 13, measure 26. Page 13, measure 26. Page 13, measure 26. Altos, and just this, you actually are reading it really beautifully, but let's see if we can just make sure it's right. All right, here we go. It sounds like something. All right, here we go. Right on it. And let's sing on text. And Good. It's a little spurious. Can I hear second soprano and alto? No top soprano. And I should have said stop. Sorry. Yeah. Second soprano is good up to that B flat. Those 2 parts again. Just those 3 measures. And 1. Good. Stop. Good. Now, soprano 1s join us, and then we'll go back to the beginning. And Beginning of the movement on text. Let's just see what happens. And Terry, you can play mostly accompaniment. Sink or swim time, baby. Here we go. You got this. Here we go. 1. Yeah. You knew it. Who makes the sound? You do. All right, here we go. Beginning again. 1. Good. Kevin, say Jésus. No, say zhuzh it up. Now say Jésus. Yeah, it should burn a little bit. Jésus. Yeah. Again. That was beautiful. See, you can do it. I love this movie. Here we go. 1 and. Good. Let's do that one again. No help from Terry. Because I will say some of you sang it. Sing it. Come on. 11. I'm testing you. This is I'm pushing you. You know what? I tricked you all because this piece has an accompaniment, but it's harp. So it's really kind of an a cappella piece, right? It's a full major work that feels very a cappella, which Britain wrote a ton. And so you really have to own it. And you're a good enough choir that we could do that. All right. Here we go. Right on edge of page 12, measure 11. 4 in this rose. No help. Here we go. And 4 in this rose. Do your best. By the... Come on, you got it. Gloria. Don't be in a rush. So, really, really good. I know that one transition was scary. Here's why I'm going to rehearse this way a lot. How many of you have ever rehearsed a piece of music? Maybe it was a cappella, okay? And you rehearse it with an amazing collaborative artist like we have in Terry, and you rehearse it with piano, you rehearse it, and then it's the dress rehearsal weekend, and the conductor goes, no piano this time. And you all go, right? And so I will say with a piece like this, and actually any piece that is for choir and then sort of like a plucked instrument like this, strings orchestras are a little different. it really has to be trained like an a cappella piece of music. You really have to know this like it's a cappella. So because you're not going to be able to rely, even if we have some applications with the harp, you're not going to be able to rely. The harp is a partner with us. It is not guiding us. All right. So that's that. Fantastic. Before we do announcements, let's look at the beginning, Hodie. And then we will do a little O Love, and then we'll be out of here. We'll do announcements, O Love, we'll be out of here. What a killer rehearsal. And actually, we might do Hodie and then go right into Welcome Y'all. So if I go on, don't be freaked out. All right. Here's an A. Dear choir. You own it. You got this. You know, it's funny. I'm always so curious. Everyone in this room everyone's in a different place when it comes to reading music in this room, right? Some of you are stars. Some of you learn solfege. Some of you learn because you play piano. Some of you just have a really good ear. Some of you can hear it once and know it. Everyone's different in here. But, I played piano my whole life. I was in choirs my whole life. And so I was that group that, I didn't need a system for reading. I just sort of kind of could figure it out, right? And if I needed to bang out a part, I could do it. And I was good at listening and picking things out, right? But I had no system for sight reading. And then I got to college, and I had this teacher who taught off of tuning fork. So there was never a pianist in the room because we did all a cappella programs. And he would everyone had an A, and he'd go, all right, begin. And you would just start. And it was a disaster. It was at first, early in the year, it was and I had never read that way. I needed a piano. I needed this to sort of guide me. And then it was funny because Dirk always used to say in those early days, he goes, okay, well, those notes were wrong. Choose some new notes, right? Make a new mistake. You'll hear me say that a lot. And the other thing he said was, I remember asking him, but what if I don't have a system for this? He goes, well, all I can tell you is, if the notes go up, you should sing higher. And if the notes go down, you should sing lower. And if they jump, you should jump lower. And again, the only reason I bring that up is to say that I really think that first off, this choir, since I've known you, has gotten better at reading. And there's a lot of the same people. It's not like we've hired in some secret sight reading assassins to come join us, right? It's you. And you've gotten better in your own little way because I think we are owning it and we have a lot of ownership. So if I seem harsh sometimes, you're like, that guy's such a jerk, just play us the note. I admit that probably is a bit of a jerk, but I really think that the more independent we can be, that's why we are able to, we don't have pitch problems once we get to concerts. We really don't. We don't have disasters. And it's partly because I think we train this way. So that's a long preamble to say, the notes go up, sing higher. All right, here we go. Let's try again. Here we go. And just do your best. And we haven't done this since last week. And That's awesome. All right, we'll do Oh Love, but Amy has some announcements for us first. And Amy, come up here because the folks online like to hear the announcements. Ugh. Beautiful job, everybody. Let me see. I have to check. Yeah. No. I just have to check one. You can start.
All right. Hi, all. My name is Amy Newton. I am the vice president. Sharon Sadler, who is our president, is out for the next 2 weeks, so you guys get me. Just want to go over some stuff. A lot of it was in our weekly email. We are accepting new members through September. That last day will be September 24th. We'll hold our Welcome Damn It dinner, because you will be welcome, damn it. We have a collaboration with the Loudon Symphony Orchestra. We will be singing Hymn to the Fallen from the movie Saving Private Ryan. If you are interested, those dates are Saturday, September 30th at 7:30 p.m. and October 1st at 3 p.m. Rehearsals for this performance will be at 5:15 p.m. for the next 3 Sundays. I know that some dates went out. We've sent corrections, but if you just need to know, they're for the next 3 Sundays, 5:15 right here. We'll go ahead and provide music for that.
Yeah, and it will just be me playing. It will not take us long to learn. I think we'll rehearse for like a half hour those 3 weeks, and then we'll be fine. It's a lot of ahs, not a lot of text, as George said. Isn't it? Yes, question, yes. You're fine. Yeah. What I'll do is I will have a sign up, just because I want to be able to tell LSO just sort of like numbers wise and sort of start figuring it out. So next week I'll have a sign up, and every 3 weeks I'll have a sign up just to make sure I have an accurate roster of folks. But yeah, missing one is fine. Yeah.
So, and the other one is around name tags. If you came in late or weren't able to get one, our soprano section lead, Anita, went ahead and made these for everyone. If you are missing one or could not find your name, please see me after. If you guys have loaner music, please see me after, or any other questions. But that's all I got for this week.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. And so really killer start to the season. So let's roadmap. So let's sort of just take stock, because you're reading fast. And I actually think, I'm not trying to scare Michelle. We might add some music to this program just because you're tearing through this. Now, I will say these first 2 movements are probably on the slightly easier side of the piece. And so next week, I will tell you this year, it's not homework per se. You as always, the loud and proud, you do whatever you want. But it would be my suggestion for your own personal enjoyment next week that you give movement 8 in Freezing Winter Night just a look or a listen. And again, if you have no idea how to read and you don't play piano, that is fine. I would just give it a listen. It's quite dissonant. I think it's super cool. I think it's one of the most unique, most out there movements of the piece. That's why we're starting it next week. You'll notice that I started with the 3 movements we started with because they're accessible. I think you get a flavor for the piece. And now what we'll do is we'll start working on some of the more challenging movements. I actually think you guys have been such amazing readers throughout this process. I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. And so that'll be that. And I actually think, adjustment to what Terry and I saw, you all are just killing that. We actually will probably read the Hagenberg Alleluia next week too. So if you want to give that a listen as well, the other Hagenberg piece. I wasn't going to read that till later in the season, but you've devoured O Love, which isn't shocking. You're reading and you're learning this year is off the charts. And so again, we'll just get going with that. That's kind of more challenging than O Love. It's also a cappella, but it's not crazy hard. But I would give it Freezing Winter Night, and you might listen to it and go, "What in God's name is this?" but I promise it's very, very cool. And actually, it's not as hard as it sounds and looks at first, but hopefully we'll break that down. All right, let's end tonight with Olaf. Maybe we get out a few minutes early. You guys have hit the plan. You've hit every single note, so let's just keep working. Olaf, 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 Olaf. And actually, let's rehearse. Since we have time, let's rehearse. Let's be great. Can we go to page 4 before we read it? Page 4. All right. Tenors and sopranos and everyone who comes in with moving notes on page 4. We're starting to pick up to the bottom of the page. Pick up to measure 25. Can you just push those along? Don't get caught up in your own gooey, beautiful voiceless. Right? So the altos go, oh, joy, oh, joy. We can linger here and there, but we got to move. Can we just sing that, please, before we read it? Here we go, altos. 1 and 2 and. Yeah. So to tenors, I can help you a little more, but you also can help yourself. You should be breathing when the altos sing the word joy, right? They go, oh, oh, oh. I just feel like you're caught off guard. Again, altos are 1 and 2 and tenor. Bravo. Since we're stopping, then I think I know how I want to end tonight. So can we start at 34? 34, can I hear alto and tenor? Alto and tenor at 34. 3 and 4. Yeah. Good. That's locked in. Let me see if there's one more thing I wanted to do. All right, everyone go to 7 real quick. And remember, when we get to 7, we're doing the big climactic, right? But once we hit measure 43, we're moving along. We're not slowing down. All right, since we have time, let's do this. Let's sing this. All you need in your hands is this. Let's see if we can circle up. Let's make a circle. So we'll do sort of like, just kind of as you are. So like first sopranos closest to the basses first to second to first altos to second altos to tenors. Make a little circle. Let's sing to each other. And if you can't feel comfortable standing, this will be on the end of you. That's totally fine.
I don't want to be on camera.
I know I'm sketching.
No, I'll move it. Alto need a little extra gas. Scooch down. Great. Good, just so I can see Terry. All right. The best part is you all get to talk to each other, which I know you love to do. Everyone got a spot? Can you see me? We good? All right. We do this because it's fun to see each other, not each other's backs of our heads. We do this to listen, to hear each other in a new way, and to really connect. So don't be buried in your music. I know you're just in the second rehearsal on this piece, but so what? You basically already got it down. Up out of your music, not so much with me, but with each other, because that's the most important. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Have a great week. Good job.